today we are going to be preparing blood smears or blood films in preparation for exam underneath the microscope. So we're going to do this using a variety of techniques. So the first thing that you need your whole blood. You need it in an EDTA tube. You need your microchromatograph tubes, capillary tubes, microscope slides, and just a pen and paper. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to fill up our microchromatograph tubes. Get our nice slides out here. Okay. Okay, so the first method we're going to do is we're going to do the handheld method. So we're just going to put a drop of blood onto our slide here. We're going to pull back at a 45-degree angle. Okay. Not bad. Not bad, but I'm going to try to do one more. Okay, that one's a little bit better. Okay, so the next method we're going to do is I'm going to show you a tabletop method here. Okay, the tabletop method we're going to do kind of similar, but instead of doing that way, we're going to essentially pull back and then push forward. So we're going to hold our slide at about a 45-degree angle when we're doing this. So we're going to start back here, pull back. Okay. Okay, not bad. So I'll go ahead and show you my two slides here. So the next thing I'm going to do is going to write our patient name and date. Okay, so I'll show you what we have here. So you want to make sure that your slide is thin enough that you can read writing behind, and our slide is still kind of drying here, so we're just going to give it a second. Okay, so here's our first slide. So you can kind of see our feathered edge right here. If we can see that okay. Okay, so you can see that feathered edge. It starts kind of a thicker layer back here. The middle layer is kind of getting thinner, and then towards the edge you could see the nice feathering around the edge. So this particular sample made it about almost halfway across the slide. I'd say about 2/3 of the way, or about halfway. So that was the tabletop method one. The other one we have here is that was the handheld. This is the tabletop method. So everybody kind of has their preference on which one they like best. But it's good to know a variety of techniques. So this is our tabletop method blood smear. So it goes about halfway across the slide. And you can see we do have a nice, let's focus here. We do have a nice feathered edge. So this thick layer right here is kind of the top. It gets thinner as it goes down, and then right next to the feathered edge you have kind of the mono layer right here. So we'll kind of talk about why that is. Okay, so I will talk about a few things here. So first off, I'll grab a pencil here so I can point. So first off, the thick edge is the bottom part right here. So the thick edge, that's part of the slide that when we read underneath the microscope, we don't really evaluate the thick edge because there's multiple layers of cells here. It's just hard to evaluate. So we generally do not use the thickest part of the slide for evaluation. The middle layer is getting a little bit thinner, which is good. So the middle layer is kind of next to that feathered edge. We call this kind of the monolayer area. So the monolayer should be essentially what it sounds like, a single layer of cells. And this is kind of the area where we do all the counting of the cells. And this is kind of the area where we determine all the morphology of the cells. Finally, at the feathered edge area, you can see things such as microfilaria. Sometimes you can see abnormal white blood cells, and we also kind of see clumped platelets in the same region as well. So that's just the kind of things that you would see in different layers of the blood smear. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to let our slides completely dry, and we're going to stain them. So to let our slides dry, we're going to put it in our little rack here. We're going to put it butt side down. And the next thing we will do is we will wait for these to dry, and then we will stain our slides. Okay, so now that our slides are all dry, we're ready to go ahead and start staining them. So I will zoom in a little bit so you can see better what's going on. So we see our slides right there. So we'll go ahead and start staining them. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stain one for now. I'm assuming this is the one that the doctor picked out. You can always stain multiple. It's never going to hurt. That way the doctor has the option of which one he likes best. Or you, for that matter, if you're making it. So we're going to do each 10 times. So this is our fixative solution. I'll lightly tap that off. This is our red stain. So again, we're gonna, this is our first stain here. So we're gonna do this 10 times. And gently tap that off. And move over, we're going to do this 10 times. You want to make sure you're doing this nice and slow. Okay. Finally, I'm just going to bring my little wash basin over here. And we're going to just lightly spray off the excess stain from our slide here. And I'm just using distilled water. Just going to kind of lightly shake that off. And finally, we're going to very gently put our slide in, butt down, and we're going to allow it to dry. So you can see that. So we have our slide drying right here. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to read it underneath the microscope.